Let's turn to the Big Ten. We've got Michigan State and Rutgers next up. Michigan State, 5-point road favorites in Piscataway, 50.5 the total. Rutgers gave you the blueprint, which you cannot do when you're playing an elite team like Ohio State or one of the best teams in the country. You can't have that kind of start. Defense just gets ripped in the first drive, pick six deep in your own territory from Noah Vidral, and that set the tone for the whole game right there. It's basically, you knew right then, actually, 14-0. Most times I'm like, okay, it's only early in the game. But just the way that started so badly for Rutgers, I'm like, they're probably going to get just steamrolled. It just had that feel to it. And that's exactly what happened. You could not have started that game any worse for Rutgers. And that's unfortunate because, it's a team that's obviously trending up. Greg Schiano's done a very good job, but you just cannot shoot yourselves in the foot. You can't make mistakes like that early in the game. And, of course, there was no looking back for Ohio State. They end up with 541 total yards of offense in a 52-13 beatdown over Rutgers in that game. So how does Rutgers respond? That's 2 losses in a row, albeit the Michigan loss was competitive down to the wire. They hung in there, lost by 7. But that's their first point spread defeat of the year against Ohio State. They're still 4-1 ATS on the year after that 52-13 loss to Ohio State. And really more than anything for Rutgers is you can't have the mistakes. You can't have the issues that they had. You can't have 3 interceptions from your quarterback. And that was an issue. And the more I see out of Noah Vidral, they're going to win games in spite of, not because of this quarterback. They can run the football a little bit. The defense, I think, is pretty solid. I mean, obviously, they had a tough day against Ohio State, but it's a pretty good offense when they're clicking. And C.J. Stroud was certainly clicking, 17-23, 330 through the air, 5 touchdowns. They ran the football as good as any teams ran it this year against Rutgers, which has been good to see. I mean, definitely impressed with Travion Henderson. This guy's going to be one hell of a running back here for his time at Ohio State. Had a great game on the ground against Rutgers. Rutgers, I think, has it in them to bounce back here, but I'm kind of leaning their direction. But I don't know if I want to step in front of Michigan State either. And we have seen evidence of this team under Mel Tucker being able to go on the road and win football games. They beat Northwestern 38-21. They beat up on Miami 38-17. They take care of business against Western Kentucky 48-31 last week, which was good to see. I mean, they gave up yardage through the air, but Bailey Zappi is going to do that to a lot of teams with that air raid Western Kentucky offense. But more than anything, it was a great day running the football again for Kenneth Walker. 24 carries, 126 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Peyton Thorne, because he's got a good ground game to rely on for Michigan State, he doesn't have to do too much and carry the team offensively through the air. He was another effective passing day for him, 20 of 30, 327, 1 touchdown. He's got 11 touchdowns, 1 interception on the year, Peyton Thorne, 63% completions, not making mistakes with the football. Michigan State's definitely been more than good enough where I think from a spot perspective, Rutgers is in a nice bounce back situation. But look, Michigan State's been every bit the bet on team so far for me this year that Rutgers has been. And I don't know if I want to go against that momentum. And they've shown the ability to win and cover games on the road against Northwestern, against Miami. The question is, Conor, where do you place Rutgers compared to Miami, compared to Northwestern? Where are they on that totem pole for you? I think they're in the same stratosphere, to be honest with you. I think they're maybe a little bit less talent-wise than Miami. Certainly they are, but Miami hasn't played up to their talent. And I think they're a little bit better than Northwestern, but not leaps and bounds better than Northwestern. So to me, Michigan State could get this job done here on the road. So it's a tough one. I like the spot for Rutgers, but I think fundamentally the matchup might be in Michigan State's favor. Conor Mack, what do you like here?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they did, with how we saw Northwestern get whipped this weekend. Miami's not very good either. And yeah, Rutgers, I think it's a better bounce back spot, but I wouldn't need more to bet Rutgers. I would want, over a touchdown. So this is kind of a limbo spot right here at 5, where, as you saw, Nebraska's getting a little better. They beat them 23-3, didn't cover, or depends where you got it. Most people had 3.5 or 3 pushed in that game. So I think Rutgers bounced back. I just need over a touchdown with them to take them. And then on the flip side, do you want Michigan State laying these points? And they've played well on the road. I think they can score. I lean Michigan State. I'm not huge on it. I don't know if I haven't bet it yet. I don't know if I even bet this game. And nothing on the total, I think, right at 50. this could be low scoring. Michigan State's been able to score this year. Their defense hasn't been, phenomenal. They've given up points. Western Kentucky could score on them. I mean, the Nebraska game was the lowest, 23-20, but I think the total's right on. And yeah, I'm just nothing on the side here for me.